I've been kind of dreading filming this video, and I sound like crap. Hi, hello! My name is Amy Prokopis, and I am an author. I write young adult books like the young adult science fiction romance, The Arena, and the young adult fantasy romance series, Guardians of the Sixth Gate. Book 2 is Shade of the Shadowlands, and it just came out in May this month. And book 3, Mistress of Shadows, is set to release in the fall. I am currently working on edits. Welcome to my channel. Today, we are covering a subject that I really wanted to experiment with, and I'm a little dreading filming, and that is the use of FaceApp. If you don't know what FaceApp is, it is an app that you can download for free to your iPhone and use it to enhance and alter your photos and videos. There is a free feature on this app, which is what I used, but you can purchase the upgrades, and there's a ton more in the upgraded version. And you can use FaceApp to do everything from smooth out your face, make it look like you're wearing makeup when you're really not, which I used a lot. And you can even like smooth out the shape of your body, make it look bigger or smaller in certain areas. That is what FaceApp does. It has been a little while since I have filmed the intro and what this video is all about. I said it before in the beginning of this video, and I will say it again. I have kind of been dreading filming this video, but I've learned a lot through the experience of using FaceApp. I started at the beginning of May, and it is now June 13th. While I'm filming this right now. This video will come out this week, so tomorrow, actually, the 14th. So I've been using FaceApp kind of consistently for the same things for a month, and I have noticed growth, and I do think it is related to FaceApp, but I want to get into more of those statistics, what I've learned, and my experience. So before I get too far ahead of myself, let me get a little bit more comfortable and we will start talking about it. First things first, yes, I am wearing a funny shirt today. This is Hot Moms Book Club. It's from Inkwell Press, found them on Instagram. Let's move on. As you can see in the side-by-side comparison of two extremely similar Instagram posts, although one of them is a lot older than the other, one's at the beginning of the month and one is at the end of the month in May. They performed very different, however. The version that I posted at the beginning of May that did not get edited at all using FaceApp, it reached 82 accounts and it only engaged 8 of those accounts. I had 8 likes, which is okay, pretty good. And that is the version of my Instagram post without any kind of editing. There's no filter on that photo at all. The photo on May 30th with FaceApp editing, this is at the end of the month when I got really good at figuring out what to use. In this instance, the only thing that I used on this app was, or at least on this image on the app, was the makeup option. So I put makeup on my face because I did not have makeup on in that photo, I believe. It got 11 likes, 4 comments, it got shared once, it reached 230 accounts, engaged 13 of them, and 4 people visited my profile through this photo. So pretty big difference between the two. So I would say, I mean, my experience comparing my FaceApp and my not FaceApp photos on Instagram pretty much went exactly the same way as those two differences. That was the difference. The photos that were edited on FaceApp did get a ton more engagement than the photos that were not edited. So the answer to this entire video would be yes. Using FaceApp to edit your photos and then post them online does increase engagement. So we could almost just end that video here. But I want to talk a little bit more about some of the implications of using this app, if it's really worth it, and authentic engagement with your followers and other people using the apps that you're posting to. It's this subject, guys, is the reason why I have really been dragging my feet to film this video, because should we even be using this app? Should we even be editing our photos? Does that make it authentic at all? Does that remove the authenticity from the photos? I don't know. That's what we're gonna discuss right now. For instance, this comment I got on one of my FaceApp photos about halfway into the month, which was super nice of this person. It made me feel really good. It did make me feel really pretty. And I did like the way I looked in this photo, but it made me think, is this extremely disingenuous? Should we be doing this at all? I mean, it is the internet and filters exist. We all know that filters exist. Filters have existed since like Instagram began, where you could put the photo up and you could swipe and get the different filters. So this is not a new thing, but getting a comment like this on a photo that is not 100% me, like barefaced to begin with, made me feel kind of icky. And that's a thing that continued through the whole month. Here's the thing though, when it comes to consuming social media in general, being somebody on a social media app, just scrolling, following people, that entire setup, there's a huge amount of it that is just us living vicariously through others, especially Instagram, which is still largely, while there's a lot of companies and things on there now, it's still largely based in the day-to-day interactions and a person's day-to-day life. Like if you don't have the money to go on a big European vacation, that's okay. Your friend Miranda just went and documented the entire thing on Instagram. There are posts real pretty in front of like cathedrals and in the countryside. And there's also stories where she details everything she's doing day to day. She takes you to a little cafe, and she makes you feel like you're included in it. It makes you feel a little like you are on the journey with her, even though you have no money to go on this European vacation. And that's the fun of social media, is that it can feel real. It can feel like you're really there, and it feels like you're a part of it. Not just that you're watching somebody else and all of their amazing adventures, but it makes you feel like they are including you in their daily life, and it's really personal. I think that's where the use of these kinds of like editing apps becomes a little sticky on Instagram specifically, because if you use a filter on TikTok, you get a little thing at the bottom that tells you that somebody's using a filter. There's a little orange bar. It says AI filter, for instance, which is a really popular one. There's like some fun in knowing that it's not real, and to see the difference between real life and this other reality. There's like some funness to using it. Same thing on Snapchat. You can't necessarily tell, or at least I haven't used Snapchat in a while, but you can't necessarily tell right off they're using a filter. But Snapchat was known for being the app with the like really outrageous filters. You can turn yourself into a dog with the tongue, That was fun. And it was fun to like take on this other character. Those are how those two apps in some ways really took off, was the uniqueness of the filters being so different and outrageous. But on Instagram, since it is individual photos in posts and stories even, there are these apps that people use, like FaceApp, where it's really difficult to tell if you're using them at all. And in some cases, people can post images like I did with my experiment and not have any kind of mark or anything on it at all. And it's hard to tell from me being barefaced, for instance, to me having makeup on that was digitally placed on my face. Do I think that it's right that we alter our photos? Do I think that we should be doing that? I think it's okay. I think we've been doing it for hundreds of years. Everything from like the early ages of magazines to now we're doing it to ourselves on our individual personal accounts. I don't think there's necessarily anything wrong with it. I do think, and I wish, that Instagram would develop some kind of a watermark or something that could better identify when a photo has been altered, because to really young users, sometimes they don't know the difference and they begin to see images and think of them as reality, and that can be really harmful. But do I think altering our photos just in general is a bad thing? Not necessarily. That's where it gets really sticky, right? Because now we get into the gray areas and like circumstances and such. Like if I go to the beach and I post a full body image of myself, but I don't like how big I am and I thin myself out to pass it off like I'm really that small, is that healthy? That's not healthy for anybody. That's not good for anyone scrolling on my account, and that's also not good for me to get the feedback from people telling me and liking the photo saying, you look great. That's not good for myself either. We moved to a different location because things were getting real deep in there and I was getting way too philosophical. I decided that moving forward and kind of moving backwards, I am going to label the posts that I edit using FaceApp, because I think FaceApp is just so good. It is, and what I mean by so good is it makes it really hard to tell what's real and what's not real. So I think I'm gonna go back to the photos I edited for this project this month. I'm gonna go in the like description, and I'm going to leave a little disclaimer that this photo was edited using FaceApp. And I think I'm gonna continue doing that here on forward because I really value the authenticity of my platform here on YouTube, all my social media accounts. Yes, I use filters, and I use filters on TikTok and other places, but I really value the authenticity of that. Oh, look at this raccoon. Guys, there are 2 of them. Actually, I think there were 3. There was one across the way. He's super cute. We're gonna go inside because June, my dog here, just treed 3 baby raccoons in a tree back here. They're just hanging out. 3 of them. What a turn of events for this video. Moving on, that is my plan moving forward. I really value authenticity, being real, the reality of like me being an author and everything. So I think that for my platform and just me wanting to be as authentic as I can, I think I'm gonna label the photos that I post using FaceApp. Do I plan to continue using FaceApp? Yes. It's just like a really good thumbnail here on YouTube. If it's eye-grabbing, people are more likely to spend time looking at it. They're more likely to click on it. And so for that purpose, I think I'm gonna continue using it because maybe it'll get some interest in my books and it'll cause people to come look at my account and they'll see, oh, this is an author. And oh, I also like fantasy romance. So I think that I will continue using it, but I'm gonna be much more intentional about the way I use it. So that's it, I think, for this video. I apologize for the dog raccoon interruption. June, you're interrupting things. June. As always though, let me know down in the comments what you think. And have you used FaceApp? Do you have the premium version? What do you think about using apps like that or altering our appearances, especially that severely, on Instagram? I didn't do anything more than like just the facial stuff. I just added the makeup, which was really fun to play with. I did a skin smoothing. There's an age one you could use. That was really interesting. I made myself look baby-faced at one point. It was really strange. But let me know. I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments. What do you think? Do you think that it's a little unethical to use it? Do you think it's okay to use it? Do you think it's fun? What do you think about me labeling all of my photos in the description, putting a disclaimer in there? What do you guys think about the use of that kind of stuff, specifically with Instagram? I think TikTok and some other apps make it more obvious that there's some things being used, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. Check out the description box of this post, speaking of, for all of the links to my books, my social media accounts. Speaking of FaceApp and social media, go follow me below. I'm really active on TikTok and Instagram. And I also post super regularly here. We go live at 8:20 every single Sunday. Come join us for writing sprints, and that's it. Thanks for watching. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!